Welcome back, everyone, to episode 42 of the Brodie Pod. Be sure to like, subscribe on the YouTube, turn on those notifications. If you want to follow us on Spotify, please rate the show 5 stars. Helps out a lot. If you want to stay up to date on the show, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter/X, and Facebook at Brodie Pod on everything. Matt, how we doing?
Doing great, man.
Late night recording here.
A little bit, yeah.
In the wee hours recording this episode. They're not going to know.
They don't know the grind we go through.
Yeah, just know it's late and we're recording this. We're going to make sure we get an episode out this week. Actually, I should go ahead and say episode won't be out Wednesday. It's going to be out Thursday, but you'll know this because you'll listen to this on Thursday. Also, shout out to everyone on Facebook that's recently followed the podcast. There's, I guess our Cooper Flag clip did pretty well over there last week. So now Facebook is probably one of the platforms where we have the most people following us. So shout out everyone on Facebook.
A lot of Dallas fans over there, apparently.
Dallas fans were over there, and they were telling us about the growth spurts and how it's not that uncommon to grow when you're 19. So, Cooper Flag, 7 foot.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, we don't know. Also, I just want to put out another announcement before we get into the show. Matt, we've officially ordered hats. Hats are in the works right now. We've put the order in, and for everyone listening, we're getting hats to give away too. So, in the next coming weeks, be ready because we're going to be doing some giveaways, probably on some of the social medias. Probably in the episode somewhere. We got a bunch coming on. So it's gonna be the first iteration of collector's items, if you will.
It's a big step.
Big step. I mean, I figured 1 year into the podcast, probably should get hats. It was on my bucket list to get done before the end of 2026. So I've already been thinking about like what the next design is going to be. This first one, it's going to be the Brodie Pod. Very, want to keep it simple for the first, but I'm already thinking like some like sports teams logos, maybe ripping those off and doing like a podcast logo on top of that. So we're going to see how the first ones turn out. Hopefully they turn out great and we'll be giving them away. With that, I guess we can go and get into the show preview. So starting off, we're going to switch around the show a little bit just because there's some stuff that we want to talk about first. So going around top sports headlines, we're going to be talking about LeBron joining the 76ers. I put it here on the notes. He's joining the Lakers. He's not joining the Lakers. He's joining the 76ers. Then we're going to get into some NFL news and moves that have been going around and just some rumblings about what's going on in the NFL. And some other sports news after that. Then we'll finally get into Brodie's of the Week, and then we'll finish off with one final question. Matt, I was worried we weren't going to have anything to talk about this week. I was worried, the sports cycle was slowing down. It seems like this is like the lull right before football season starts. And then we get a decision. Starting off with our podcast here, we're going to talk about LeBron has made his decision. He actually made it last Friday going into the weekend. Smart move by LeBron. Let everyone kind of marinate with that decision for a little bit that he's going to be joining the Philadelphia 76ers for the 2027 season. And he signed it.
And 2028 season.
And 2028 season. Yes, you are right, Matt. He did sign a 2-year, $8 million veteran minimum contract. And yes, it is 2 years. So LeBron is telling us, hey, I'm playing at least 2 more. But I imagine that's going to be it after that.
He did keep his word, though.
Yeah, that
he said he was going to do this wasn't about money. But it might have been about a little ring chasey type deal.
Yeah, everyone has been quick.
Can't blame him. 41 years old.
Yeah,
he deserves one last one.
Yeah, and everyone's... I guess, yes, you could say, is he ring chasing? Yeah, I probably need to look at what the odds are coming up for Philly. I think they're tied with the Knicks to win the East, but then still coming out of the West, you're going to have the Spurs and OKC. So, I mean, he's still going to have a challenge on his hand, but he did, you call it a super team if you will. I mean, it depends how healthy that super team is getting into the playoffs. I don't know. Yeah. Philly was, they swept they didn't sweep. They beat Boston in 7 last year, and then they kind of got swept by the Knicks. So, still going to have his work cut out for him, but I think the East is going to be. I put out there on Twitter whenever it got announced. I said the East is starting to look a little stacked, dude. We're starting to have some teams pop up a little bit.
Really is, honestly. But obviously, big question mark around the big guy, Joel Embiid. But I just feel like this might. He's not going to have to do what he usually has had to do in the past, right? And be the guy. He's got now Jaylen Brown and LeBron in the same offseason.
You would think about that. But
I know they all have high usage percentages, especially last year. But
I saw that the 76ers have already come out and said LeBron's going to be running point guard.
Yeah.
So he's going to be the decision maker with the ball in his hands, and probably I think he was at somewhere around like 20 assists or something last year. I don't know if that's exactly correct on it, but so LeBron, I misread the report. Like I said, it's a little late tonight as we're recording this episode, but LeBron is expected to be the primary ball handler for the 76ers. The last time he played point guard was the 2019-2020 season, and he led the league with 10.2 assists per game.
That's a good season.
That is a good season. Yeah, was that that was the COVID bubble year?
That was a bubble.
Yeah, when people would say, does that ring really count? Yeah, I count it.
Absolutely count it.
If anything, that was some of the purest form of basketball.
If anything, that might be one of the hardest rings earned.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to turn this into a bubble discussion.
There's no home court advantage, right?
Right, but there also was no fans that you had to deal with. As much as players want to say that doesn't affect their game,
both sides though. There's no even if you're a home team and you're winning, obviously that's going to boost your play as well. There was none of that either.
Yeah, what is it like? Role players. There was some stat that was a commercial last year. It was like home players, like their output increases this much when they're playing at home versus on the road. Mm-hmm. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Like a lot of that team was Anthony Davis and LeBron. Mm. Actually, some people have already compared the 76ers team to that bubble team that went on to win the championship. I've seen some tweets. Everyone, I mean, listen, this is LeBron had a decision and everyone had some input or an opinion on it.
Yeah.
But back to the pay, Matt, I was also surprised to see that he did take the league minimum on this. I think whenever you mentioned, I went back and listened to our episode we were talking about when you brought up the teams. You were like, I was like, yeah, it's not possible. He's not going to take a league minimum. You're like, well, that takes a lot of these teams out of it. And the 76ers were one of those teams, but turns out he ends up taking the minimum. I did see he's going to be the 7th highest paid player on the 76ers this year. It's going to be Jalen Brown with $57 million, Joel Embiid with $57, Tyrese Maxey with $40, BJ Edgecombe with $11, Dean Wade with $9 million, and Fernery Simmons, I don't know if I pronounced that right at all, $6 million. And then LeBron James, $3.8 million.
He's back with a D Wade.
He is back with Dean Wade.
D Wade.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw they already photoshopped that, that infamous D Wade and LeBron picture. Yeah. They already photoshopped Dean Wade's face onto Dwayne Wade's face. Yeah.
Well, good. I mean, I think the 76ers are going to be, I definitely think it's title or bust now for them.
100%.
I mean, it's not even like win the East. It's like,
granted,
you have 2 years to make a move.
It's not like they went all in, right? They traded Paul George essentially for Jaylen Brown and then signed LeBron for the minimum.
Yeah, and I did hear also like LeBron did say this decision was strictly basketball related, and the 76ers getting Jaylen Brown, him and LeBron have the same agent. And so that was very enticing for him to want to come to the 76ers.
I feel like everybody has it. Rich Paul.
I bet we probably should do how many players are under Rich Paul.
He's a rich fellow. It's so ironic his name is Rich Paul. He's doing well for himself for sure.
Also on the basketball related terms, like LeBron, he said it wasn't about family, mostly because like his kids are in college. So he doesn't have to worry about like uprooting his family and moving somewhere. I also saw that he's going to be living in New York and taking a helicopter to Philly for all the games.
Yeah, the memes were writing themselves.
I think it's like a 40-minute helicopter ride or something, but also people were like, you got to think like also all the year they're on the road. Like it's not going to be every night he's taking a helicopter from New York to Philly. He's going to be also just traveling with the team.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was interesting. I was like, man, it's just like maybe I'm out of date, but that seems expensive to take a helicopter from New York to Philly for every game. But also LeBron James has the money probably to do that.
If you're a billionaire.
Well, he's a 3.8 millionaire now. Braun isn't making any money this year.
He's a billionaire.
Yeah, but he's a 3.8 millionaire this year. Take
that.
out the whatever he's earned in his career, man. He's the seventh highest paid player on the 76ers.
Yeah, right.
I also saw that LeBron's going to wear 23 again on the 76ers, that was also worn by
Ersan Ilyasova?
No. Well, I don't know if that's true or not. But
Joe
Jellybean Bryant in the 70s, who was the father of the late, great Kobe Bryant. So
is it really?
Yeah. So people said that he's completing the cycle. He went and played for the Lakers. Everyone knows Kobe's team. And then he goes and plays for the 76ers, which I didn't even know that Kobe's dad played on the 76ers. But once again, LeBron, all the news that have come out about this, it's just part of the stuff that's also being added on there. Also, LeBron James is going to be reuniting with Mike Gansey, the 76ers president of basketball operations. You might say, okay, why are you saying reuniting? Well, back in 2001, the two were rivals for Ohio's Mr. Basketball honors back in high school. So maybe that also had something to do with the decision. Don't know.
Maybe.
Let's see. If I had anything else for LeBron. Matt, what did you have?
I was going to, very early, right? Hasn't played a single minute for the Sixers, but I was going to ask you, where would you put him against the other all-time
76ers?
Sixers? Yeah.
Well, if I'm just ranking just based on all-time player, am I taking their whole career into terms? He's probably the greatest. But if you're just saying,
I mean, there's a lot of guys with great careers that will kind of play for a team for a little bit, maybe move on, maybe end their career there, but obviously don't have that much success.
As far as success so far with the 76ers,
obviously none. But
just as better than
just as a player,
Dr. J.
Yeah,
Dr. J is probably Mr. 76er. I don't think he's there yet. I think he has to win a title with the 76ers to top him.
I would agree. And that's, that might have been the thing with him going to the Lakers. People are like, okay, there's a lot of great Lakers, obviously. But LeBron is like a top 2 player of all time, if not the best.
Just depends on where you rank him now.
Yeah, I mean, would he need a ring to assert himself into the cream of the crop of the Sixers?
Yeah, I think if he wins a ring, I think he might be better than Allen Iverson then if he gets a ring, because Allen Iverson never got one.
Yeah, and he only got one for the Lakers, right? Obviously, Kobe and Shaq three-peated.
Are we talking? Are we ranking him in the Lakers now? Where's he?
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, yeah. I mean, where would you put him there? Obviously, Kareem and Magic, Kobe, Shaq. Is he ahead of any of those guys?
I'm trying to think of exactly all the Lakers. Initial thoughts, probably 10. Just because, when you think about LeBron and his career, you're not going to think Lakers, right? You're going to think Miami or Cleveland.
Played majority of his career there, though.
Not the majority. A third of his career, maybe. Actually, I have it.
Majority.
Let me see here. I have how many seasons he played with each team. We have a lot of graphics for this show.
Most of his seasons were on the Lakers.
Oh, I guess that's true because he only had 4 in Miami.
Yeah, wasn't there that long.
But he did get 2 rings in Miami.
Yeah.
He only got 1 ring with Cleveland.
Even though that ring might be
so you might think of LeBron as a Laker a little bit. I mean, obviously, Cleveland's going to have the main say.
Yeah.
And after that,
the age of the guy that's being asked this question has to factor in. Like somebody that's 16 is going to be like, oh yeah, LeBron was a Laker.
Yeah, or someone who's 8 and has only known LeBron as a Laker.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's just kind of, obviously there's Wilt, there's Dr. J, there's Allen Iverson, Moses Malone, Charles Barkley. Joel Embiid apparently is at 6. So obviously, I'll say above Embiid right now. So that would put him at least 6.
You said he's already a better 76er than Joel Embiid.
Correct.
You know what? I like that. He's already better with 76er than Ben Simmons.
Also very correct. I mean, Embiid, MVP, but notorious playoff dropper.
Who's already a better 76er, Jalen Brown or LeBron James? I'm going to say LeBron because...
yeah, I'm going to say LeBron.
Jalen Brown was kind of forced to be a 76er. LeBron chose to be a 76er.
Very true. But might not have chosen that if
Jalen Brown wasn't there. That's very true as well. Maybe they're tied. But yeah, I think it's going to be good for the 76ers because they're going to have, I mean, Joel Embiid and LeBron, don't get me wrong, they're great players, but as far as like the length of the NBA season, I think they're going to, 76ers are going to be more leaning on Tyrese Maxey, Jalen Brown to get them through. And then when the playoffs start, we just saw last year what LeBron was capable with the Lakers and the Rockets series. Like he led the Lakers and just shouldered the burden there and carried them through that series. So I think like once we get to the playoffs, LeBron's going to turn it on. Now, once again, he is 41, probably going to be, 42?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's going to be up there in age, but also like he's just done such a good job of taking care of his body throughout the years. Like he's never had like a major injury that's really like sidelined him for an extensive length of time.
Yeah, and like you said, especially regular season, they got Maxey, who's capable of 30 and out. They got Jalen Brown, who's just an MVP candidate. Took the Celtics to the playoffs by himself, pretty much.
Yeah, it's like the 76ers aren't going to be a 1 seed going to the playoffs next year, but I tell you, any team that sees them is going to be scared in the playoffs.
Yeah. So, I mean, if Embiid plays like 45 games, half the season, they're probably going to be a 1 seed.
What happens if Cleveland and the 76ers see each other in the playoffs? Do you think LeBron gets booed heavy in Cleveland?
No.
You don't think he gets booed? He had a chance to come home and he chose not to?
I think they love him too much, dude. After
I
that,
think
the 3-1 comeback
and the playoffs,
that trumps everything.
Yeah, but they'll boo him whenever he comes back.
I don't think they're not gonna boo him.
I guess they have to get there to see it. I did like this decision. I think, Matt, when you broke this in our group chat, I responded and said I actually like this decision for LeBron.
Yeah.
Obviously, if he would have gone to, I think it was if he would have gone to, like if you want to say joining a super team, if he would have gone and joined the Golden State Warrior, or I can't even say the Golden State Warriors super team. If he would have joined the San Antonio Spurs or the OKC Thunder, then I would have been like, okay, this is definitely ring chasing. Like,
if he went to OKC, we'd be talking about him
the legacy
very differently right now.
But as far as going to like Miami and Cleveland were two of the front runners as well. I feel like Cleveland, that chapter, it's done. If he goes back, the only thing he can do is tarnish his legacy. Same thing with Miami. If he goes back and they don't win, the only thing he can do is tarnish his legacy. The 76ers don't really have a lot of success in recent years. They're really just happy LeBron's there.
Yeah, but like I've seen their starting 5 ranked as the best. Preseason, like just ranked as their starting 5
with LeBron
as the best. Yeah, like I don't think if he went to a different team, I don't think his legacy would be tarnished.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like maybe not tarnished, but it feels like those chapters are closed. I can definitely see him going back to Cleveland after these 2 years, doing like a 1-day contract or something, and retiring a Cleveland Cavalier.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Cavalier. But I just think this was the best move for him. And also, like I said, it kind of puts him in the best position to win a ring. Also, I just saw Kevin Durant had put some comments out there on LeBron signing with Philadelphia. And he said everybody in the NBA is either chasing rings, shot attempts, or money.
Yeah.
Wise words from Kevin Durant.
And he's not doing those last two.
No, I think last year he made $53 million with the Lakers.
He has the most points ever, and he's a billionaire. So I mean, you can't blame him. I don't like the expression ring chasing, because isn't that what every player in the league is doing?
That's what we play for.
You play to win.
Play for a title.
It's not like Braun is going to it's not like he would ever go to the Kings. Like, is that what would satisfy people who say he's ring chasing? You want him to go to the Kings or the Wizards or something?
Vet men for the Kings, Portland Trail Blazers.
Let's not do that. And even like now, the Sixers probably aren't even like the favorite to win. It's still probably like the Spurs or the Thunder.
I think if he would have gone to some other like just team that had no shot, like he just would have retired instead of that.
50%.
He did say in the offseason, like the reason why this decision took so long is like he had to make sure he still wanted to commit to the game of basketball.
Yeah.
And so I think deciding the 2 years, I honestly thought it was going to be a 1 year deal, but doing the 2 years tells us he's going to be around for at least 2 more.
And speaking of vet minimums, somebody that didn't sign a vet minimum, Draymond Green.
Oh, we did cover this a little bit.
Decided to come back to the Warriors. I guess maybe the Warriors decided to let him come back. 1 year, $27.7 million.
So is that his player option that he picked up then? Because I think when we covered it, he had taken a pay cut to try and entice LeBron to come to Golden State.
Yeah, this might be what he was fully expecting.
They said he could still sign his player option if LeBron ended up not coming to Golden State. Shout out Draymond. So I guess 1 more year for Draymond?
I guess. I mean, the Warriors starting 5, it's
not what they really covered.
They really wanted/needed LeBron to come there, which would have been, you want to talk about a team that would have been the most fun to watch with him on it or joining? Probably would have been the Warriors.
Yeah.
Right? Steph and Bron.
But also
every night.
I thought about like, as far as like closing chapters on teams, like Golden State, you go join the team that beats you all those years. Like that would have been a tough look for the legacy too.
This is a very different team though.
No, but it's like still Steph Curry and Draymond. Actually, that's probably the core that beat him. That Klay Thompson isn't even there anymore.
Speaking of Klay Thompson.
Oh, what happened with Klay Thompson?
He is currently in a buyout with the Mavericks, contract buyout. And I think he might go to the Heat. That has been reported.
I did see, if you want to talk about Mavericks, I saw Kyrie was cleared to play too.
That as well.
But I guess still Klay Thompson wants out.
Yeah. I mean, he was there essentially to play with Luka. Luka's gone. Speaking of Luka, he's probably the biggest loser in all of this.
What do you mean? The Lakers are looking great next season.
Not that great. But would have helped if Bron was still there.
Yeah.
I guess he didn't think he could win on that team.
Let's see. Is Bronny still on the Lakers?
Yes.
Is he actually?
Yes.
He is. He's a 5th string on the depth chart. Is that right? Oh, dude, he's going to the G League.
I think they would need him to play, actually.
You think they need Bronny?
That bench looks abysmal, man.
We're about to find out whether LeBron being on the team kept Bronny in the NBA or not.
I mean, yeah.
You can't even defend
I
it.
mean, I can't. No, because I don't know that much. But apparently he's a very good defender.
Right.
I mean, maybe with his dad not there, maybe he's less nervous or something. I don't know.
I'm clipping this.
If Daddy isn't there, is he going to pop off now?
I saw the meme of Allen Iverson stepping over a Laker. They did LeBron stepping over Bronny. I was like, oh, that's...
Hey, only way they would meet would be the finals.
And I'll play each other next year?
I guess, yeah. They might.
I guess also the biggest winner in this is Adam Silver. He can now start making the schedule for next year. A lot of 76ers games going to be probably prime time. Bron time.
He's going to trademark that instantly.
No, well, shout us out at least if you do it, LeBron. I think that's all we had for the NBA.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, cool. Moving on to the NFL and talk about some moves that have been made. Speaking of which, probably one of the, I guess probably second biggest one this year as far as marriage is concerned. Justin Herbert and Madison Beer are officially engaged. Everyone stop what you're doing. This is the biggest news of the NFL offseason, of course. You know what? I'm just glad Justin Herbert's going to get a ring this year.
At least we know he's going to get one for sure.
We know he's going to get one. Actually, it'll probably be next season when they get married. Him and Madison Beer, if you don't know who Madison Beer is, singer-songwriter. I think she was famous on TikTok for a little bit.
Probably.
But they met back in August of last year. And so 1 year from there, he's engaged. I guess like 11 months. And they'll probably get married next summer. Seems a little quick to be getting engaged, but I guess when you know, you know. And my biggest question here, Matt, was should Madison Beer change her name?
See, that's interesting because I talking to a coworker today. I was like, if I'm Jay Herbo, I might consider taking.
Beer's a good last name.
I might consider taking Madison's last name.
You could get some good sponsorships in the NFL with the last name Beer.
And I mean, I probably would.
I wonder if she would change, because I also found out in all this that Madison Beer, that's not a stage name. That's her actual name.
Yeah.
Just thought that was interesting. But yeah, shout out to them. I didn't realize, I think, what was it?
At least hyphen it, right?
Yeah. It was already like within the first hour, I think there was like 3.9 million likes on it. So kind of overshadowed the Taylor Swift marriage and everything that went down with Travis Kelce.
Yeah. Is this going to affect his play?
Okay, so I'm glad you bring this up. I'm glad you bring this up because allegedly earlier in this offseason, he missed some voluntary workouts to go support her on her concert tour. And they asked Jim Harbaugh about it. He said to Justin Herbert, he said, you need a ride to the airport. I want to let him go. But I was like, maybe missing those voluntary workouts isn't going to work out too well for him.
Maybe, but if your girlfriend / fiance is Madison Beer, I think you're going to do what he did.
Yeah, you kind of have to. And also, I said this is probably the best time to do it right before the NFL season. Like, if he did this in the middle of the season, it would just not.
Yeah, he wouldn't.
Yeah.
I think he's a ball lover. I guess.
Pause.
Maybe he's not, actually. He loves football, though.
He loves football. Him and Jim Harbaugh love football. Yeah, I just wanted to throw that one in here. Something for the demographic.
That's big news.
Speaking of old heads coming back, Aaron Donald. Matt, you think he comes back to the Rams this season?
I say so. I would say so. I know I saw something today that he would need some like contract.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about his like contract that he'd have to sign.
But like
the legal workings of it.
I feel like he's super still in shape. We've probably all seen the videos of him working out and how hard he works out. So like he's still in shape, obviously. Still in football shape.
He's only been, so he hasn't taken a snap in the NFL for 3 years. But like you said, he still works out very intensely. He's, still pumping the dumbbells. I think though, like he's not in football shape. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like cardio.
Well, cardio.
Kind of was.
Cardio, I mean, just like he's a defensive lineman. So like, obviously it's a very physical position. He's not taxing his body. Now he did say that this is the best that he's ever felt, like his joints, because he's not taking all that, all the hits and everything like he was a couple years ago. But he was recently spotted at the Rams training facility. And Sean McVay said Aaron Donald is going through a very strict, regimented process. And if he decides that he wants to unretire this season, he can't. And so I was just wondering, like, if he even does play, kind of going back to the shape thing, like, would he be on a snap count? Would he have to kind of ramp up throughout the season? What would kind of be the expectations there? Because obviously, you're going to be pairing with Myles Garrett, but like, he's still going to have to go through training camp. I'm sure he still knows like the defensive playbook, like the back of his hand, if it hasn't changed much.
Yeah.
But there's obviously just going to be a ramp up process.
I think he'd be perfectly fine.
Yeah, he's just a veteran.
One of the best defensive players of all time. I don't think like a 3-year break would affect him.
I think though, what's interesting you bring up though is the contract situation. I did not consider that, and going all through all these research articles, like
because there's no guarantee if he's coming back, it's for another ring. Obviously, it's not just for fun,
right?
But so he would, even in that case, he would need there's no guarantee that they're going to win. It would help if he was there, obviously, but he would still need some money
Incentive.
Compensation, if you will.
Well, it's funny that you say like he's not. If he comes back, they got to win. The Rams are the betting favorite to win the Super Bowl without Aaron Donald.
Yeah, I mean,
and they are the most loaded team and would be adding even more firepower if he comes back.
And I wonder what the length of the contract would look like, because Stafford is on a 1-year deal.
Right? It'd be probably 1 year at a time.
Maybe.
But it's just funny, the betting favorites. So the Rams are the betting favorites at plus 550 according to DraftKings. Matt, do you know the team that's the second favorite to win the Super Bowl?
Could it possibly be the New Orleans
Saints?
Realistic answer?
I don't know. Give me your answer.
Bills, maybe?
It is the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
They're tied with the Ravens at plus 1,000.
Would that be my answer? No. But betting odds wise, they'd probably have them there.
I have it in front of me if you want the Saints.
I don't want to know the Saints. I already know the Saints.
What do you think the Saints are?
Pretty low.
No, what do you think the odds?
Plus, I don't know. I don't know how that would. What are the Bills?
The Bills were plus 1,000. Okay. And the Rams are plus 550.
Plus 5,600.
No, your guys are plus 9,000.
Okay. I was playing a little low.
The Cowboys are plus 2,500. Right behind the Bears.
Okay.
The Saints, on the other hand, the Saints are behind the Giants.
See, that's crazy.
And the Commanders.
That might be crazier. I think they're going to have a better record in both those teams. And the Cowboys. Okay.
I can honestly see that too. I think the Saints would be, obviously you guys got the quarterback figured out. There's just see how the rest of the team comes together. Do you know the lowest team odds?
Cardinals?
It is the Cardinals at plus 50,000.
Might as well put $1 on it, right?
Might as well just throw $1 and see if Malik Willis can pull some magic for the season.
Cardinals?
No.
Or Dolphins?
Oh, I was thinking Dolphins. Yeah, because the Dolphins are plus 35,000. They're in the second.
They shouldn't. Oh, okay. I don't think there should be that. If anything, Dolphins should be last.
I believe you on that. I think,
or at least lower than or higher odds than the Cardinals. Lower odds, however you want to put it.
I did see Cardinals fans saying, you know what, we might lose every game, but we're going to beat the Cowboys. I was like, all right, dude, that's cool.
Dude,
it's true.
I don't think they're going to lose every game.
You know what?
That's not bad.
Let me look at their schedule real quick. Let me tell you.
He's not bad, dude.
All right, regular season, Chargers, loss.
L.
Seahawks.
L.
49ers.
L.
Giants. At the Giants.
Probably L.
Lions.
L.
Rams.
L.
Broncos.
L.
Cowboys.
L.
Probably get a win there.
For sure, L.
Seahawks.
L again.
Rams.
L again.
Chiefs. And this is late year in the Chiefs, so Mahomes will be back.
Mahomes will be back, L. Even if he wasn't, give me Garrett
Commanders. Commanders.
Initially, there's no initial L there, so that might be competitive.
Okay, so Commanders, we're saying, I don't even know what week that is.
I mean, who knows? Jaden Daniels might be on IR by that point.
It's November 29th. And then follow that up with Eagles, Jets, Saints, Raiders, 49ers.
Jets?
Yeah, Jets, December could be their first win.
There's one.
That's actually, their schedule's actually insanely stacked. I see why now they're at plus 50,000.
They're in the best division in ball, probably.
Yeah, and they may not win a game in their division.
I wouldn't say so.
But speaking of, late term Patrick Mahomes, that was the next story I had here for the NFL. Patrick Mahomes has returned to camp, and everyone on Twitter was saying that his leg that he had surgery on looked a little weird. Definitely some muscle atrophy there. Looked a little skinny walking into the building. But the Chiefs medical staff and Dr. Dan Cooper, who is the Dallas Cowboys head physician that performed the surgery to repair the torn ACL and LCL, they cleared Mahomes to fully participate in camp. Mahomes came out and said, I feel amazing. I'm excited just to be able to play football. I've been seeing the cinder block walls rehabbing every single day in Kansas City. Now to be back on the practice field with my teammates is going to be a lot of fun. Mahomes will wear a compression sleeve and brace on his left leg for at least the remainder of camp and probably the start of the NFL season. 100%. And he plans to be the week 1 starter September 14th against the Denver Broncos at home on Monday Night Football. Matt, do you think he'll be back for week 1?
I mean, apparently he's been way ahead of schedule the entire duration of his injury / rehab. But, I mean, week 1 would be insane.
That would be a very quick turnaround. I'm trying to remember, what was the week that he actually torn it? 'Cause, I mean, were you maybe...
It was late. It was fairly late into the season. Like, it hasn't been a full year, obviously.
Yeah, I would say, like, we're maybe at the 8-month mark. It might be 7 months. I can't remember if it was, like, December or January whenever he did it.
Definitely earlier than January.
So, yeah, December. But, I mean, I don't expect... I mean, don't get me wrong. Mahomes has gotten he's a very intelligent quarterback. And he's almost like, you know, how Aaron Rodgers is, where he can avoid a hit just by breaking down the defense and just like dumping off the pass or whatever. Like he's smart and can avoid the hits. The problem is week 1, he's playing the Denver Broncos, who have probably one of the toughest defenses. You're telling me there's not going to be one scheme or something that they draw up that Mahomes doesn't decipher and they don't get one hit on him? Because I mean, like, it's really like avoid one big major hit. If you can do that, then yeah, he could play week 1. But I mean, like the Chiefs, they just signed him to like a contract over $500 million. They just extended him. Like, do you really want to risk your franchise quarterback, or do you want to hold him out a couple weeks, make sure he's fully healthy when he comes back and do his full power?
Yeah, I was going to say he's a scrambler archetype as a quarterback, right? He extends plays with his legs, obviously.
But as far as betting favorites, the Chiefs are plus 1,600. They have the 5th best odds to win the Super Bowl right now, tied with the Patriots.
Yeah.
I just don't... Week 1 might be a quick turnaround for them.
Yeah, I mean, in their division, obviously Broncos, probably pretty heavy Super Bowl contending team. You have the Raiders, who they don't have to worry about. And then, I mean, the Chargers are borderline playoff team. So
This is interesting.
I don't know if you would bring him back week 1 just because that division might not be as strong.
Obviously, the Raiders aren't in much contention for the division, but they do have it. Chiefs are the favorites for the AFC West, followed by the Chargers and then the Broncos. And they're all pretty close on the odds.
The Broncos are the 3rd?
That's what they have. They have as NFL Futures right now has them as the third team to win the division, or third best odds to win the division.
That's insane, actually.
Yeah. Well, week 1, they're going to have a shot to...
They would have been in the Super Bowl if Bo Nix was healthy.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. I guess we got to find out where Bo Nix is at, too. Didn't he broke his leg or something?
His
ankle.
Yeah, his ankle.
Something like that.
Or his foot. One of those. But it's not really serious.
Okay, well, shout out to Mahomes. Hopefully he's back for week 1. I highly doubt it, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially with Justin Fields as the backup.
Justin Fields?
Yeah, Justin Fields is on the Chiefs, right?
You mean Garrett Nussmeier?
Wait, who the guy?
LSU GOAT?
Who's got?
Who's their
second string?
I was saying it's probably Justin Fields, but they also drafted Garrett Nussmeier.
Yeah, Garrett Nussmeier is the 3rd string right now.
LSU legend, dude.
Let me ask you this: would you, fantasy-wise, would you draft Mahomes this year?
Depends who's off the board. Depends what round. Yeah.
You need a quarterback, right? And it's between Mahomes and Jacoby Brissett. Who are you taking?
Give me Mahomes, dude.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Even if he doesn't play the first 3 games, I'd rather pick somebody else up and then have that luxury of starting Mahomes when he's back.
Yeah, I guess Jacoby Brissett's going to be playing some tough defenses. We just literally went through the Arizona Cardinals schedule. He's going to have his work cut out for him. But I mean, even if it's Mahomes and...
Who would be...
I'm trying to think
Justin Herbert might be in that range. was going to say, I don't know. Dak
Short
Prescott
Sanders.
maybe, but Dak Prescott's probably higher than that.
Yeah, because you're right. Like if you take Mahomes, you're not really taking him for the early season. But like,
Might be
say
a
you already
draft
get
and
a quarterback.
stash scenario.
If you already get a quarterback, just picking him up as a backup because later in the season he is still Patrick Mahomes. Chris Collinsworth's going to be losing his mind on this guy, and you're going to be glad you had him.
Yeah, and we don't want to get too much into fantasy.
Yeah,
I guess that might be next week, but
we're teasing it a little bit. Fantasy football.
He might go too soon to be able to do like a draft and stash scenario.
All right. Speaking of, great tease, Matt. We're doing fantasy football. I believe we're going to do that next week. We're going to do a bunch of research, and we've already been rolling out some of the mock drafts and strategies. We'll talk that next week. Hopefully your draft isn't this week. If it is, sorry, but you'll hear where you went wrong next week.
Probably were listening to us for that anyways.
No. Moving on here to some Adam Schefter reports that have come out, some guys that have gotten paid, starting off with Denzel Ward, cornerback for the Browns, agrees to a 2-year, $62.2 million extension. It includes a $52.3 million guarantee, and his $31.1 million annual average value makes Ward the highest paid defensive back in NFL history for the second time in his career. Denzel Ward is 29 years old, 5-time Pro Bowl quarterback, had 2 years remaining on his previous 5-year, $100 million extension he signed back in April of 2022. He had no money guaranteed remaining, so Browns just went ahead and re-upped him. Anything on Denzel Ward, Matt?
I think that's fair.
I think I got it all.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, only thing that we could talk about, does he deserve that?
Yeah, and I think the Browns moving Myles Garrett out of the house, definitely they wanted to keep one of their cornerstones of their defense around 100%. And building around him and Jared Verse for the future.
Yeah, and maybe if it's too much, you might think it's too much. It just goes back to they're just kind of refreshing the yearly kind of salary mark that happens with players like that are super important. I mean, if you have a guy that's that good, maybe he's not the best. But
as far as top 5 cornerbacks on the market that have been paid, Denzel Ward 31.1, Trent McDuffie 31 million, Sauce Gardner 30.1, Derek Stingley Jr. 30 mil, and J.C. Horn 25 million.
Yeah, and when Derek Stingley's up for his next contract, he's probably going to reset the market for highest paid guy.
Yeah, I guess a 2-year extension. I'm wondering because he had 2 years remaining, so he still signed for 4 years with the Browns.
Yeah, I mean 29 is still young. So.
Yeah, I'm just saying cornerback's one of the toughest positions to play in football. You have to do everything that these receivers are doing, but backwards.
100%.
Not too fun there. Jalen Carter, next one here. Eagles are signing the 2-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle Jalen Carter to a 4-year, $152 million extension worth up to $160 million. $106 million guaranteed, $38 million annual average value. That was a tongue twister there. It's the richest contract for a defensive tackle in NFL history for both of those. The Eagles will now have Jalen Carter under contract through the 2031 season, which doesn't even seem like a real year to me. And last season, I just wanted to bring this up because I'm a Cowboys fan. He was ejected week 1 for spitting on Dak Prescott before the first play of scrimmage. Absolute scumbag. He forfeited his week 1 game check of $57.222 thousand.
That don't matter to him anymore.
Yeah, that game check didn't matter at all. Obviously not a scumbag. I just had to say it because it's a division rival. Sure. But shout out Jalen Carter absolutely getting paid for the Eagles.
Much deserved. Generational talent.
And I just want to also shout out the Eagles here. I mean, I got to be careful with how I choose my words here because I am a Cowboys fan. But the Eagles do a very good job about getting in front of these contracts before they become a situation. There's not going to be any offseason problems now of is Jalen Carter going to get his extension? He's going to get paid? No, he's done through the 2031 season. I think Howie over there, he does a really good job of just getting ahead of things and making sure the contracts fit for the player. There was even I guess whenever they had the Jalen Hurts when he was on his rookie deal, they were going around making sure guys were getting paid, getting what they deserve. They do a good job of not kicking the can down the road. They go ahead and get ahead of these contract situations before they come up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It seems like, everyone's always like, how are the Eagles always this good? They do a good job of managing their house and making sure like the contracts are in order.
Yeah, and again, like $38 million a year for a D tackle sounds absurd. Especially like 5 years ago, if you would have said like a D tackle is getting 38, you're probably insane.
Yeah, and not to mention
it's the scaling of it. Like the next round of like the best D tackles are going to get upwards of 40 a year.
Yeah, a couple years ago too. Like if you said about Jalen Carter, remember like his draft stock took a bad turn, and like the Eagles got an absolute steal from him. Like everyone passed on him. They just thought there was a lot of the off-season stuff that was or off the field stuff that was going to mess up his play. Now it looks like the Eagles, once again, they did it. They started managing things the right way. Other than that, he spit on Dak Prescott week 1. Scumbag behavior. And
Eagles
honestly, he didn't even really spit on him. I'll say it, but hopefully he spits on him again.
Spit in his direction.
Yeah, keep spitting in his direction. I want him to get, because when he was out of that game, it gave us a better chance.
Eagles do draft well, though.
Yeah, I mean, they just draft Georgia and Alabama guys.
Yeah, which
who would have thought? Who would have thought that was a good idea?
Maybe other teams should pick up on that, but
yeah, who was in the national championship? You probably should draft that team. Which I guess the Raiders did kind of with Fernando Mendoza. But I think that was all we had for the NFL. Next, we will come back and do some other sports news going around. We're back for some other sports news, and really just some MLB news. I got a bone to pick. This is about my beloved Texas Rangers. Anyone here in the Dallas area is definitely probably going to relate to this. And I want to know if there's other regional providers that do this for other MLB teams. But the Texas Rangers switched their regional providers mid-season, right after the All-Star break. They switched from Victory Plus to Buzzer, BZZR, and it was effective in July. This is probably going to ruin any Buzzer sponsorship we were possibly ever going to get on this podcast, but I don't care. It's confusing and frustrating on how they switched this, especially since the Rangers are now doing well. They're leading the division. They just won again, but I haven't even been able to keep up with the games at all. I can't watch any of them, and regionally, it's been actually hell trying to get logged into the new app and everything. I don't know what they were thinking. Also, some of my TVs don't even have the Buzzer app. I don't know what money grab this is. I don't know why they would do it in the middle of the season. Why not wait till the end of the season to make the switch? Let fans actually get ready for it. But this is the reason why the MLB is having trouble with viewership and getting people to enjoy the game and keep getting it back into the game and growing their fans. It's cheaper probably just to go to a game than it is to do a Buzzer subscription or whatever other subscriptions you have to do for this. And I don't know if any other MLB teams do this the same way, but if they do, this is actually ridiculous. There should just be one package that you can buy that you can watch all your team's games that isn't going to switch mid-season on you. Maybe Victory went out of service or something. I don't know. But I haven't even watched a game since they've made the switch.
I mean, I don't think there's necessarily a money grab on the Rangers side. Maybe Victory Plus was kind of trending towards going bankrupt, belly up, or something like that. They just wanted to secure a new provider, carrier, service.
When this initially came out, I thought Victory was switching to Buzzer. I didn't know they were just switching the whole platform together.
Yeah. And I think I did hear the Buzzer CEO was comping all the subscriptions. If you had Victory Plus, you could transfer over to Buzzer.
Right, but why not wait till the end of the season to do this?
Listen, it's a business.
It's a business, but
I really liked Victory Plus. I really liked Victory Plus.
Yeah,
I watched a lot of Rangers games this season. Victory Plus, fantastic. They have the Stars as well. I don't know what the Stars are going to do. I guess
moving over to Buzzer as well.
Might stay in Victory. I don't know.
Also, Buzzer's
when that comes around.
Buzzer's a social media app too. It will try and make you to post content or something as you're watching the game.
That's right up our alley.
Reaction. Yeah, but I mean, doing that from your TV, that's got to be actual hell.
Yeah. To be fair, like I still haven't figured out how to switch my subscription from Victory Plus to, and I just thought about just buying a new buzzer subscription.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like $20-$25 a month.
But I'm just making a stand here, dude. I'm just not going to watch until the games are televised in the playoffs.
Yeah, if we get
They'll give me next year whenever I load up for the season, but like switching mid-season like that's just got to be like a bad business move.
At least they waited till the All-Star break, I guess.
Yeah, they tried to give. I did see that they were trying to get fans to switch, like you said, they were comping people to switch over from Victory, but I think that was only through July, and then it was going to be like, start your new subscription with Buzzer. Oh, and if you got double charge for Victory, sorry, we don't really care.
No, because I think they're done right now. Because I went to my Victory app, and I went to like the subscription thing, which maybe I did it wrong, but when I tried to sign up the Buzzer and switch, they wanted like a confirmation that I had like a Victory Plus subscription, which I don't really know how to prove that. I went to the Victory app and I went to my like profile, whatever, and it said they no longer allow subscriptions or whatever. So I can't do it through that. Maybe I gotta go and my bank account and show that I paid money to
Matt.
I don't know.
We're the target demo for these companies. We are 25 to 35-year-old guys. We're the ones that are watching the sports, and we can't figure it out. Do you know what that conversation's like when my parents ask me how to watch a Rangers game?
Oh, no.
You know how tough that is for me to like I actually don't know what you got to do.
Yeah, but so I have a coworker who's like 65. He figured it out.
Well, he should come on the podcast and teach us all.
We need a segment from him, apparently. At least I do.
Yeah, it's been actually. Like I said, I want to know if other MLB teams, if there's anyone out there that's like fans of other teams that like live in the network or something. Let us know. Does your regional provider switch up on you mid-season, and also is it super complicated to use? I think that's my question I want to put out there. If that's something that just everyone goes through, then by all means, maybe I'm just complaining. But
sounds super rare. But
also,
granted, we don't know the whole story.
Buzzer, we will take a sponsorship.
We will. I'll put the hat on.
No, we get our own hats, but we'll do a segment. Just give us a subscription.
I'll get a Buzzer neon sign in the back. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair. Also, yeah, we can work on the name too. Buzzers. There's no buzzer in baseball.
That's right. I don't know where like plus BZZR.
Yeah.
Initially, I didn't read that as buzzer.
Yeah, I kind of read it as a different website.
Which, if you also
we're stopping it there.
Wanted to, but
we're moving on to Brody's of the week here. Starting off, Matt, I'll start us off.
Okay.
Because both of mine are golf related. Noah Maclauchlan is the 78th U.S. Junior Amateur Champion. It wasn't a lot to watch this weekend in sports, but he defeated the up-and-coming golfer Miles Russell, which many people probably do know his name. Both guys were lefties. It's the first time two lefties were in the U.S. Junior Amateur Champion. Noah is going to Liberty University, and with this win, he qualified for the 2027 U.S. Open at Pebble Beach. It was also like it was a 36-hole match, like duo match. It was kind of cool. It's a lot of golf to play, but you definitely find out who the better golfer was.
Shout out the lefties.
Yeah, I was about to say, Matt, shout out to the lefties, because you also are a lefty. Lefties on the come up.
Shout out Malik Willis.
Oh, Malik Willis.
Wait, Liberty alumni.
Oh, I was about to say, is he also a? No, I was like, no, he's not a lefty.
No, but he's Liberty alumni.
Shout out Phil Mickelson.
Okay. Lefty,
he's also
not
a lefty, not a
lefty,
Liberty
not
alumni.
Liberty alumni. Okay.
We're just shouting out two things. My next one here, another golfer, Jackson Koivun, wins the 3M Open in Blaine, Minnesota. I'll be honest, when I turned this tournament on initially, I had no interest in it. And then I saw there was actually some big names. But Jackson Koivun got his first ever PGA Tour victory and just his third professional start. At 21 years old, he is one of the youngest winners in the modern era of the PGA Tour. I think he's number 10 on the list. I have all other 9. Matt, do you want to take a guess on who the youngest was on the PGA Tour to win an event?
Unfortunately, I'm not a golf ball knower like that.
Oh, this one you know.
Is it Tiger?
It is not Tiger. Tiger is number 6 on the list.
Jordan Spieth.
Jordan Spieth is number 1. 19 years, 11 months.
Let's go, dude.
I initially did this for all time, and there were some guys back in the 1930s and 20s that were dominating at like 18. I was like, all right, well, let's...
Using wooden clubs, by the way.
Wooden clubs and feather golf balls. Very tough there. But yes, like I said, he won with a score of 25 under, which is a new 72-hole record at TPC Twin Cities, which is where this tournament was played. He shot a 64, 68, 61, and a 66.
61.
And some of the... Yeah, this guy was on. He was on fire. Notable names that he beat was Scotty Scheffler, Hideki Matsuyama, Brian Hartman, and Emiliano Grillo.
Is that a notable name?
Yeah, he's notable to me because I saw him win one of the Dallas tournaments.
Notable to golf enthusiasts.
Actually, yeah, he actually has a tour win this year too.
I'm just casual.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he's not like a Scotty Scheffler, but he is well known in the golf world. Background on Jackson Koivun: he played golf at Auburn and he won 2 national titles. People were wondering why he didn't come out of college earlier. He said, I just want to do more focus on my golf game. I didn't want to deal with all the travel that the PGA Tour brings, and he just felt like he wasn't ready yet. Which, I mean, like I said, he's only 21 years old. Golf kind of needs some more young superstars coming up. And also, he celebrated by going fishing at the pond on the 18th green. Guess he just brought his fish pole up and saw some bass in there or something. He's like, I'm gonna go hit that up after the tournament. And he did win a cool $1.5 million and 500 FedEx points. Which, shout out, the FedEx Championships coming up soon.
Not a bad payday.
Not a bad payday. Not 21 years old.
Also, I do actually know who this guy is. As
Jackson
much casual as I am. Yeah, like I saw that clip of his swing. But I guess more notably, like the
lift that he has. People were comparing it to Justin Thomas. I did see that same video.
Yeah, it looks... Granted, he's 21, so he can move like that.
Foot shuffle is really good because we see Scotty Scheffler shuffling his feet.
But the flexibility of... It's like he's bent all the way over and then has the club all the way up, right?
I think you need to stand up and give us a full demo, Matt.
I mean, he's like here. Finishing the swing, like breaking his spine. He might need to alter that maybe in 10, 15 years.
For any of the audio listeners, Matt just gave us a demo of the swing.
I did.
At the best he could.
I'm not criticizing it. I'm just saying unique swing.
Unique swing.
It works.
Do we think he's got another win this year coming up? Yeah. I've actually seen his name a little bit on the leaderboards. He's been in contention a couple of times this year and finally get his first, I guess I say I've seen his name. I've seen him in the 3 other starts and he's been up there a little bit. So first win in 3 starts, he's 1 for 3. Keep it going, Jackson Koivun. Also a cool last name, Koivun. It's interesting.
It's a name you're going to remember.
Hopefully. All right, Matt, let's get into your Brodies of the week.
Speaking of a name you're going to remember, I'm sure y'all remember Tank Dell. Maybe you don't.
I remember Tank Dell.
Maybe you remember his infamous injury in the 2024-2025 NFL season. That horrific. Granted, he did make the catch in the end zone, right?
But it came at a cost.
I got to remember.
It was the Chiefs. Was it the Chiefs?
It was against the Chiefs, yeah. The infamous, if I'm going to say anything, I'm going to say he caught the ball. He had the touchdown. But unfortunately, he tore his ACL, MCL, LCL, dislocated his knee, and sustained meniscus damage while making that touchdown grab.
Just from whenever I took anatomy twice in college, he only had one ligament left in the knee.
Correct.
The PCL. Actually, I guess the patellar tendon too, but
there's probably a lot more in there. But
like I said, I had to take an anatomy twice.
For most of those, dislocated, obviously, that's what most of y'all saw is dislocated knee. Also sustained meniscus damage just to top it off. Required multiple surgeries, obviously missed the 2025-2026 season that just happened, but he has been officially cleared to participate in training camp.
Yeah, and I did see him doing some routes for the Texans.
With Matthew Golden.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those things where it's kind of like Mahomes. It's going to look weird for a little bit until he gets like the full power back in his leg. I know like someone that also is going through something similar is Tyreek Hill. There was some video that came out of him and his running around after blowing up his knee. It just takes a little bit. There's a little bit of a ramp up. I don't think Tank Dell will be the dominant Tank Dell we saw in that 2024 season, but still a very good receiver. Still will have some impact for, I believe he's still at the Texans, right?
Correct.
Okay. Still will probably still have some impact there as long as CJ Stroud can get him the ball. That's a different question for a different day. But yeah, shout out Tank Dell making his return back. I love to see when guys actually like get over the hump and come back to the league, because sometimes that could be all they wrote. That could be the end of their career and you'll never see him again. So the fact that he's battled back, especially after, once again, all those ligaments in his knee were torn off. Shout out Tank Dell.
I was going to say, he could easily just stop playing football.
Yeah.
After
got a couple mil.
Something like this.
Good.
This could be an Adrian Peterson type comeback.
Ooh, maybe he'll show up in our fantasy reports next week.
Maybe, like we talked about drafting stash, fantasy-wise.
Might be someone.
Might be somebody to look at. But
might be someone. Yeah.
Shout out to him, though. I mean, that's honestly incredible that he's moving. I don't know if you saw the clip, obviously.
Yep.
Running the routes. He looks pretty good. Looks pretty stable.
Which I was shocked. I mean, like, granted, he took a whole year off, and that's kind of what I feel like you need. You kind of need a little bit of time to
especially
get,
for that gruesome of an injury.
And that explosive of a position. Like, like we talk about Mahomes coming back. Mahomes doesn't have to be explosive as a quarterback. As a receiver, oh, dude, like the first step is sometimes like all you need to get away from someone.
Yeah, to make the cuts, to run the routes that he needs to run.
Definitely.
Hopefully that was the only injury he'll have.
No, football's a physical game. We'll see. There'll probably be something else, but this was probably the worst they don't have to deal with.
Hopefully.
All right. That should be everything. Getting into one final question. I got the question. Matt does not know the question, although it's been a question that I've been seeing going around on social media.
I might know the question.
You might know the question, but we're going to change it up a little bit for you, Matt. So the question is, would you rather go to prison for 15 years or go to prison? The question is until the Cowboys win the Super Bowl. But Matt, you are a Saints fan. So would you rather go to prison for 15 years or prison until the Saints win a Super Bowl? You could either go to prison straight up for 15 or the Saints win the Super Bowl in next year, 2 years, 5 years, or they could never win. You go for life, 20 years, whatever.
Oh, that's true. I could go for life. They couldn't win again for another 60. I mean, I'm very optimistic. Going to say that up front. Not delusional, but optimistic. I'm going to go until he won.
Okay.
So, wait. So, is this I go for 15?
You go for 15
or I go until they win?
You go to 15 or until they win.
I mean, if they don't win in 15, I might be going to prison anyways.
Yeah.
I think
that's actually true.
I think I'd go to prison until they win.
Okay. You're more optimistic. Honestly. Now, as a Cowboys fan.
Oh, that's true.
Me as a Cowboys fan, I'm taking the 15 years.
You'd still be there. If you took this since the day after they won their last one, you'd still be there. I guess you'd be out because it was 15 years.
Yeah, you'd be out. You'd be good.
15 years, that's a long time. Somebody might make me their,
Yeah, but you could also be there for 30.
Or I could be there for 8 months.
Yeah, you could be out. The 9,001 odds you guys got.
I got trust.
I think as a Cowboys fan, I'm taking the 15 years because if I did until the Cowboys win the Super Bowl. I think Jerry Jones has to be out of the picture before I'm taking that. It has to be Stephen Jones' team before I'm willing to accept.
With how old he is, that could be.
Now that's the next question is like, does he make it 15 years?
Absolutely not. We'd be shedding his genes if he
I think he's 80, so he'd be like close to 100.
Was he
88?
Only 80?
Was he 88? He's taking a very morbid turn.
I think he looks. I think
he's 83.
I was going to say he looks older than he is.
Yeah, it's all the stress of being the Cowboys owner.
He puts that on himself. But
I did see someone say, I'm taking it because this is our year as a Cowboys fan. I was like, well, I don't know about that. I'm taking the 15. I can't do it, man. I'd have to live and breathe every season with the Cowboys, which I do anyways. But
every loss would be like, I'm going to be in prison.
Yeah, and then the off season, every loss, I'd be like, God, it's another year.
Here comes.
I get to December, I'd feel really good about my chances, and then it absolutely just fall apart.
Yeah.
I
am optimistic, but also like the next 15 years, the way the team is looking, planning for the future already. Obviously, post Breeze.
But you've seen your team win a Super Bowl. I have not.
But also, that was more than 15 years ago now.
Mine was 30.
Yeah. So I could see you taking it. But for me,
you're optimistic.
But also, we only have one. So it's not like guaranteed another one.
There's not like a trend or anything.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's good. I think we got most of that question answered. I didn't see a lot of Cowboys fans were taking until the Cowboys win a Super Bowl.
I don't blame them either. I mean,
no, they were taking for the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't blame that. I don't blame them.
We're in a good spot right now, but I mean, it could
only reason would be like Dak's age.
Yeah, it's like who's the next quarterback?
Like I think he's good enough right now to win.
Like if we had a nice young talent like Tyler Shuck, I might think, okay, yeah, I'll take that before the 15 years.
Yeah.
My problem is like Dak Prescott's getting up there in age. He's not going to be the quarterback for the next 15 years.
Correct. And also, you haven't seen him do that great in the playoffs.
Exactly. So,
and I have the hope of I haven't seen Tyler Shuck in the playoffs.
And also, like my letters from prison would probably be in the offseason. I'd be trying to give him like some advice and also just like, please win. I'm tired of being in prison.
They'd be writing back, hoping for the best, man. Good luck in there, brother.
But okay, I think that's it. I think we got that. We handled that question great. All right, get in to close out the show. Thank you everyone for listening. Be sure to like, subscribe on the YouTube, turn on notifications, follow us on Spotify, rate the show 5 stars, helps out a lot. If you want to stay up to date with the show, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Brodie Pod. But with that, we'll see you guys next week. We'll be doing fantasy football next week. Take care, God bless, and Matt.
Love y'all.
Later.